Welcome back to Movie Synopsis. In today's video, I will show you an action comedy horror film from 2015. Title: I'm a Hero. Spoilers ahead. Watch out. And take care. At the beginning of the film, a 35-year-old novelist is shown. Hideo was his name. He aspires to be a well-known author of champion comic books, through which he gets enough success. But his dream is not fulfilled because of his low-paid job. He has been doing it for many years. His best friend is worried, thinking that he is not getting good job and living in my apartment with me. The most expensive item was Hideo's shotgun that he possessed. He loved it much. One day, his friend gets him out of the apartment after being irritated. Then the news is broadcast that a virus has spread throughout the whole city. As a result, infectious people are biting not only humans but also animals. Everyone is advised to stay at their houses. Being expelled from apartment, Hideo goes to his office in the morning, spending his night at a place. There were only 5 staff members in their office. They have to spend the whole night there because of alarming situation. At the same time, Hideo's friend's call is received. She apologizes to him, saying, "Come back to apartment." Next morning, Hideo moves to his friend's house, arranging breakfast. He knocks at the door for a long time, but she was not opening the door. Then Hideo peeps through the door mail slot. He witnesses that his friend is getting up, awkwardly as being mysterious. And she is heading while crawling. Her face is exposed as she comes near the door. It was looking horrific. Then she attacks Hideo, opening the door. Somehow, Hideo pushes her inside the apartment. As being strongest, she holds the door with her foot. And she is fighting with him. Hideo drags a door between them as she is about to bite him. And she bites on the door, and her teeth are broken one by one because of the wooden door. Hideo is shocked seeing him. What has happened with her? Hideo's friend was continuously repeating that "you have spoiled my life." And she drags Hideo inward with her. And she again attacks him violently. Hideo also pushes her. There was a placed award. Its pointed shape pierces her, putting her into death. Coming outside the apartment, Hideo goes to the office somehow. He observes that his male co-worker is watching news. His dress is spotted with blood. Meantime, their boss also arrives there, whose eyes were looking queer, and his body had a stabbed knife. In spite of this thing, he was asking them, "Have you completed your task?" That male co-worker attacks his boss, but he does not die. He injures him, attacking him several times. Hideo's co-worker tells him, "It is virus which is going viral. We will be like them if these infected people bite us. And we will also transform into a zombie." Knowing it, Hideo reminds that he had been bitten by his friend. But he finds no scar on his hand while checking, because she had no teeth. Meanwhile, that male worker eyes were also turning. They were looking strange. Hideo was not gripping any point, seeing his condition. What is he facing? What should he do? But male coworker knew what is happening with him. When he feels that being infected, he is going to be a zombie. Then he cut himself. So the blood is everywhere. Hideo thinks to escape from there, but his female co-worker also comes there. She was also infected. Her physical appearance was completely changed. It was seeming as they have been bewitched by someone. He comes outside the office, and he observes that zombies are surrounded everywhere. And they are biting one another. He reaches near a car, escaping, and a girl also comes towards him, asking for help. Hideo takes out his gun and is nearly to shoot the zombie, saving that girl's life. Then he reminds that he has no shotgun but is just hallucinating. And all survivors sit in a car. Sitting in the car, they watch news. They know this virus has spread throughout the whole city, but its cause is untold. What is root of its spreading out? Then they see that a seated man with them has also been infected, because his mouth was bleeding. He asks for a tissue paper from the car driver. He bites that car driver as he hands over tissue paper to him. Then he assaults Hideo. Hideo throws him out of the car for his safety, and he also begins to fall. Somehow, they throw him on the road, and that female survivor rescues Hideo. Car driver becomes emotional after being infected. He tells, "I never violated the rules throughout my life." Saying it, he starts driving the car speedily. He also crashes many cars during this time. Then they face the fatal accident with the crashing of their car. That driver is dead due to this accident. After a while, those survivors come into the senses. And they get off the car. Accident had caused the traffic jam. Now they Google about that virus. Then they come to know This virus makes human beings imperfect. So his routine and outlook are totally spoiled. And human beings start spending his life in his past days. It means, they will continue to act according to their usual routine. As an office worker goes to the office. And being a chef, he will continue to cook. It is not enough, but they are turned into more powerful and their whole figure is altered. Confronting a silver lining, they come to know that this virus is cured, going at the heighted mountains or is similar, and they view a mountain at a distance. And they begin to walk towards it. Night falls and they spend their night at a place. That girl's name was Hiromi. Hideo and Hiromi introduced themselves with each other. Hiromi was feeling security with Hideo. Next morning, Hideo observes the biting mark on Hiromi's neck which has turned into black. Standing up, Hideo pointed his gun on her. She tells, "I have been bitten by a small kid." That kid was not infected by biting but nurturing. But Hideo does not take her life, thinking that she will be protected if we go on the mountain. Hideo also promises her, "I will never leave you. I will secure you." They are moving to mountains passing through the woods. Hiromi was weakening as they were climbing up, and she starts shouting and one of her eyes was transformed into zombie eye. Being frightened, Hideo escapes from there. Further, Hideo encounters a man who asks for help from him. But that man had also transformed into a zombie. He attacks Hideo. That zombie is nearly to kill Hideo. Coming there, Hiromi kills that zombie and rescues Hideo. It shows that Hiromi was fighting against the virus. It means she did not become a zombie as a result of the virus. They were still in the woods, and Hiromi was becoming agitated. They reach a shopping mall while walking. The shattered condition of the shopping mall was indicating that there are also zombies. Hideo places Hiromi in the shopping trolley and they walk gradually. They are in the store of mall. Then zombie seller asks them, "Do you want something?" Saying it, he attacks Hideo. Then a nurse comes there who saves Hideo. They were the survivors who were surviving on the terrace. Zombies could not reach terrace, so they were living there. They used to divert the attention of zombies while tinkling the pots when they had need to go downstairs to take something. Some people go downstairs to take commodities, getting a chance. They have a leader who offers Hiromi and Hideo a place to live. He also provides them the edible things with the place. That leader sees the shotgun of Hideo while talking with him. He likes it so much. A nurse with them asks Hideo, "Who is that sick girl with you?" Hideo tells, "I encountered that sick girl on the way. I brought her here to rescue because she was sick." She tells, "I was caretaker and you came here in order to rescue the life of a girl. You seem virtuous." The leader arranges a meeting for all the boys because they were going to face the shortage of food. And all boys had to bring food, going in the basement. Leader asks Hideo's shotgun to influence others. But Hideo forbids giving his shotgun because he had association with it. On account of not giving shotgun, those people expel Hiromi while dragging from the camp. They say, "We will end her." They were got into trouble. At the same time, Hiromi comes into her senses. Witnessing it that she has been caught by two boys. She kills both of them violently. The covered strip on her eye is also removed and everyone knows that she is infected. So the leader shoots an arrow on Hiromi. As a result, she loses her consciousness. Afterward, Hideo's shotgun is also seized. Turning against leader, they all show their anger towards him. And the charge of leadership is also taken back along with it. Now they themselves had seized Hideo's shotgun. While checking Hiromi, nurse tells Hideo that she is still alive. Coming there, group members forcefully take Hideo with them to bring the food. Nurse assures Hideo, "I will take care Hiromi." All boys attentively go downstairs and slow-footed. But there was no zombie. They start gathering food, going into the hall. Now the leader gets his own way with the thought of revenge. He plays loud music on floor-standing speakers. All zombies begin to move there, hearing the sound of song. And they attack them. Seeing it, Hideo hides himself in a cupboard. There was a zombie who was behaving awkwardly as it witnesses them and hears the sound of music. It was looking to see it as he is impressing from the song. And he is gaining energy. He reaches the terrace while jumping. The rest of survivors were there. And he had infected the number of the people. That nurse hides herself with Hiromi at a place. She begins moving downstairs. The nurse had a two-way radio through which she tries to talk with other boys. She was wanting to take help of them. Now the two-way radio was near Hideo. He notices it. Getting chance, he comes outside as he hears the voice of nurse. He says, "I am Hideo and alive. You should proceed to the basement." That nurse comes downstairs with Hiromi covertly. She encounters the group leader on the way who had been infected. He begins to attack her. A zombie also starts biting Hideo. But he has worn many watches that protect him from the biting of the zombies. Killing that zombie, Hideo goes ahead. Many survivors had met their fates. Hideo also gets the possession of his shogun. After passing the time, he meets that nurse. He observes a standing zombie behind nurse and fires his gun on it. Meanwhile, he faces another survivor boy. They all wanted to rescue themselves. But both sides were surrounded by zombies. They had no way to survive. At a side, Hideo fires his shotgun to end them. He succeeds to end many zombies with his shotgun. On the other side, remaining survivors were fighting with the zombies. Zombies were strongest and in a large number. In spite of this, they face them fearlessly, not surrendering. There is a great fight between the groups of zombies and survivors. At last, they get triumph to end all zombies. Coming outside, 3 of them sit at a car and drive away to the mountain, because they wanted to rescue Hiromi. The movie also ends here. How do you feel about this movie? Please like, share, and subscribe, and you can also watch our more videos.